Hi, Coach Howie here of the Howie Endurance Project. This is a short lifting video that a good friend of mine, Will Murray, and I made. These are the lifts that I think are the most important for endurance athletes. I suggest being very warm before you start. I try to get to the sweating point. Make sure you're nice and loose before you begin. So we'll jump right into the core work here. One of the muscles that we all seem to neglect is the glute min, especially in cycling. This exercise, you're basically planking up. Make sure your toes pointing down towards the floor and just running through various ranges of motion with the hip. Arrow back extensions, you're in the arrow bar position up front, working the lower back there by just lifting up to parallel to the floor. Ball leg lifts, lower ab, you're coming up to 90 degrees to the floor. Same idea with your obliques here, coming up to parallel to the floor. I like to do this group in a batch of four and run them all together. First, you're doing a crunching action here with the ball pinched, and you're bringing the hips completely off the floor. Then you're switching right into holding the ball between your ankles and twisting. It really works your rotational muscles, your obliques, lower abs. Then you're going straight into leg curls while planked up. The less you can use your arms for balance here, the better. The more you're going to get the work out of balancing without your arms. Then finally you go straight into ball rolls. You want to come up towards the head on each side to get a little bit of the oblique to fire each time. Balancing, be very careful with this. 4-point, then you can come up to a 2-point here. Take more advanced, you can start to do a squat with it, coming down. You can even go to the point where you're bouncing up on one knee, or really good folks can get up on their feet here. If you're only to do one lift, this would be the one. It's the most whole body lift I know. It's just perfect squats. Chest right over the knees, heads up, keeping the arch in the low back. This is a more specialized version. One leg squats. I suggest using a Smith machine to keep balanced and keep it safe. This is really good for running downhill. Works the front of the quad, all the muscles stabilizing the knee. A split squat, basically in a lunge position. Notice how his chest is nice and perpendicular to the floor, keeping his head up. To put some variation on it here, we put a ball under his foot, put some balancing. This really will work the core at the same time. This is just a straight lunge. These and the split squat that we just showed are really good for climbing on the bike. Really work the glutes. Leg extensions. So I definitely like to do these one leg at a time, unilat, and you can just do them regular like I'm doing there, or actually, I prefer using what I would call a negative, so coming up with two legs like this, then bringing it down slowly with the other leg. Puts the tension on the muscle while it's elongating. Same type of deal on leg curls. Really like to do them unilateral, one leg at a time, just to make sure one leg isn't doing all the work for you. Same idea with heel raises here. We're coming up with two and doing a negative down. This has really gotten me out of a lot of trouble with Achilles problems. For some reason the negative really helps. Same idea, but you want to do a seated or bent knee heel raise. This is going to work on more of the calf muscles you'll use in cycling. So this is a series, bike or run pulls. Basically you're going through the running or biking motion forward or backward with a cable machine while balancing on the other leg. Do it upright as if you're running, or as you can do here, you can get down as if you're in the arrow position, going through the same motion like you would on a bike. Really, really good for the hips. Make sure you do them forward and backward, getting the front and the back of the hip. And while you're at it, go ahead and do some hip adduction here. And same type of idea. Turn around and do hip abduction. For the upper body, I don't do very much, but I do think it's important for us to work on our backs because we do tend to do everything in front of us. So some kind of a row, a bent over row. This is my favorite upper body lift, a swim pull. You're basically getting into the swimming high elbow catch and just providing some resistance there and going through that power phase of the swim stroke. And last but not least, why not throw in a stick, in between reps, do some self-massage, keeps the muscles activated. It's a great idea. Get the most out of your muscles for everything.